Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. You're the co-host. My buttons are Moms Demand Action, Gun Sense Legislation, Healthcare for All, Medicare for All, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Hello, this is Jenny James Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms Demand Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee and Pan Dulce time, and we've got an extra guest. In fact, they're sitting right next to me, and I'll introduce her in a second. But it is February 2nd, Valentine's Week of love. And we are feeling the love. I'm feeling the love for my community from Donald J. Trump. He signed an executive order, which we'll talk about later on. Because nothing gives you more warm fuzzies than getting banned from collegiate sports. But anyway, take it away, Christian.
Yeah, as Jenny said, welcome everyone. And actually, it's February 12th when you see this. So I think you said February 2nd. Anyway, there's a 2 in it. So yeah, it's been a long morning already. And it's only, I don't know what time this morning. Yes, as Jenny said, welcome everyone to Coffee and Pan Dulce. I'm Christian Cano along with Jenny Gunn. We want to thank everyone who watches us every week and also those thousands who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. And I just want to reiterate, Jenny's show is on Apple now. And it's kind of an inside joke because it took me a long time to get her on there, but she's on Apple. As she says, she's an Apple girl.
Yeah.
So
love me some Tim Peck. I mean, he's the CEO of Apple, if you don't know. But yes, I'm an Apple girly, and I do the iTunes and all the Apple Store and all that. And I've done it for years. In fact, I'm recording right now on my iPad. So I literally, so the running joke is that we weren't on Apple Podcasts for our sister show. For a hot minute, and it's a long running gun battle. But
we actually could do a whole show, Jenny, on that because there is, especially our generation, you my the Gen Xers, you're either an Apple person or a PC person. Is that right?
Google phone or whatever it is.
Yeah. Android, right?
So you're either sophisticated like us Apple users, or you're a cretin and either.
Because I have
need some Jesus if you don't.
No, I agree. I have never owned an Apple product, like an Apple computer or an Apple phone. I've always had PCs, Dell, HP. Yeah, so but everyone who owns an Apple raves about. I remember the early days they raved about having their MacBook and their Macintosh and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, what?
The Apple machine is way better than the Google machine.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we could.
You support better people.
Yeah. We'll do a show about that. The generational. I mean, the younger kids now, they all are all about that. But I remember ours. It was just you either had an Apple product or Anyway, sure. All right. Yeah. Okay, so we digress. All right. Welcome, everyone. So today's show is how to join the MAGA resistance. We'll be talking about all the efforts around the country to resist this crazy chaos MAGA clown show, as I'm kind of calling it. And so we'll be talking about that. And then we'll talk about some of the things that Jenny talked about as well. An executive order was signed. When you see this, we do record a week in advance, and it's more hateful chaosness from the Trump administration. So, but before we do that, let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right, Jen, I got 3 here. You talked about a couple of these, so, I didn't steal them. I had them written down. When we were doing your show, I wrote them down.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. So, President Clown, Donald Trump, said he'd read from a paper, so he actually didn't just say it like he normally does. So it was actually something pre-planned, that the United States is going to take over the Gaza Strip. And we're going to take over it. We're going to send military people there. We're going to clean it all out. We're going to level it all out, and then we're going to make it like into a Riviera of the, like a entertainment district or something. He's all right. Which one? I want to hear what you say about that. There's a Republican congressperson from, I think it's Montana, or I don't know, one of the river Kentucky states that Jenny talks about, that wants to propose a law to etch Donald Trump into Mount Rushmore. So, that's what I thought of it. Anyone can write a proposal law. So we have to remind people, when you see these titles, this is going to happen. Anyone can do a law. It's never going to get voted on or passed. But they do it just to kind of create a news. The next one is McDonald's, which I love, and I know Jenny doesn't really like McDonald's, but I know how she feels about their basket of fries. So I'm just gonna, exactly.
Right.
That's right. So McDonald's has said, because they're pulling back on the DEI and all the pushback against that they're going to still continue their Hispanic scholarship fund, but you don't have to be Hispanic to qualify for it. So. I just, I want to hear what you have to say about that because, anyway, so those are 3 topics. Jenny, have at it. And your guest, if you want to introduce your guest and if she wants to comment on any of those as well.
So, first of all, to my left is Laura Americo, a good friend of mine, and she actually works for Queen City Grounds now as our roaster in chief, and is all things coffee. And has worked in the coffee industry for quite a while and has done some startup nonprofits and some other cool stuff. And is actually really coming out with a really cool, specific, environmentally friendly bean, a coffee bean. So I'm super excited to talk about that. But yeah, I will address the idiocy of the news. First of all, I fucking told y'all last year. Republicans ain't gonna be friends. If you elect Dumpster again, don't expect with a Jewish son-in-law that they're gonna rush to the aid of Palestinians. Mm-hmm. How does Dumpster and Jared Kushner profit from that? They don't. But there is $3 trillion worth of gas reserves underneath Palestine. Guess who would get their greasy little dick beaters on that? It's going to be Kushner, Musk, and the Dumpster. So yeah, of course, and they're going to take all the resources they can for as long as they can, and they're going to turn it into a bunch of sleazy golf motels and so on and so forth. Maybe he'll move his dead wife to the Palestine. I don't know. Who knows? These people. But anyway. Yeah. Y'all get ready for some putt-putt courses and some golfing clowns to be to a Palestinian neighborhood near you. Oh, and by the way, it'll be a Trail of Tears Part 2.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Y'all brought this, because Genocide Joe was so bad. Good job, guys. Good luck.
How about the Mount Rushmore of Hispanic scholarships?
So for the Mount Rushmore, I'm in favor of it, except for his statue, it needs to be a pair of butt cheeks. That's it. That's all I got to say is I'm in favor.
That's right.
But I don't want it of his face. I want it of his ass.
Yeah.
His
okay. All right. And Hispanic scholarships, McDonald's.
So I don't even know really what to say about that.
Exactly.
I guess Yo Quiero Taco Bell. I don't know because it is. Is it just me or are people getting dumber? I mean, I feel like we're in the throes of a full-blown idiocracy meltdown where common sense left our country a long time ago. We are the hillbillies of the fucking planet, and we keep proving it. You're going to take a Hispanic scholarship and take away the qualifier. So don't call it a Hispanic scholarship anymore then.
That's exactly right.
Just call it a McDonald's scholarship and be done with it. The McFry scholarship. I don't know. But and I don't know what the point would be of that. So what is the point of taking away the qualifier for that scholarship, just like the veteran scholarships for veterans kids, like in Texas? Then just give the scholarships and grants to everybody. And I'm okay with giving grants to more people, so McDonald's can just step up and give more grants for college would be great.
Sure, yeah.
But instead of just taking away that qualifier, just add more scholarships.
Yeah.
If you're worried about the optics of giving it just to one community, just add more scholarships. You have the fucking money.
Yeah.
If you're really worried about fairness and equality and sharing the wealth, then actually share the wealth. Don't change it just for optics' sake, because a lot of white trash MAGAs eat McDonald's. Yeah. But the thing is, those MAGAs don't own any franchises of McDonald's. No. You got to be a millionaire to buy one of those. Yeah. You need a $3 million liquid assets, and we all know most Republicans don't have that. Their single wide ain't worth quite that. It's worth about $3,000 on the wholesale markup. And Martha in her 1987 S10 with her 6 kids, most of them sitting in the back of the truck, going to school every day. With their summer teeth, some are in their mouth, some are in their pocket. But I mean, come on.
Okay, Jed. So, Laura, you want to comment on any of those before we take our first break?
Well, I mean, I feel like Jenny's covered most of it.
Yeah, she's
I would love to offer up my nickname for our current glorious leader. I like to call him Mango Mussolini. I don't know.
That's a good one. Mango Mussolini. Yeah. Kind of orangish. Mangoes are orangish, and some people are allergic to them. So just want to let you. So it's great. So hey, Jenny, you said something. I just want to comment real quickly before we take our first break. What you're talking about the MAGAs not really being able to own franchises. So you and I live in the Charlotte region, and the Gay Pride that happens every year, the VIP tent is actually sponsored by McDonald's.
Yeah, it is.
One of the largest, most successful franchise owners here in this area is a gay man. And he owns, I don't know how many franchises around here. He's very supportive of the thing. So it's funny you say that, because it was the first thing I think. The second thing is, I don't know if you guys know what Tecovas boots are. They're cowboy boots out of Austin, Texas. They're called Tecovas. They're very, very trendy, and they're not cheap. A pair of Tecovas boots probably starts about $300 up to $600, up to $1,000, almost like the old Lucchese boots that were like handmade back when I was growing up. Well, Tecovas boots are very trendy. They have actually a store in South Bend, in Charlotte, and in Raleigh, and all the big cities. The younger people have them. Well, there was a posting on Facebook that one of the persons said, is the tariffs going to impact the sales of Tecovas boots, because they're actually made in Mexico. And if you add 25% tariffs on them, it's going to go up 25%. Well, there was a lot of people posted, you have trunk derangement syndrome, this. One person posted, and I thought it was just precious, said, I don't know why we're watching all of these postings. Everyone knows that MAGAs can't afford Tecova boots. And I was just like, oh, thank you so much. Finally, someone said it. Are there MAGAs that support? Yeah, of course there are. But the majority of the MAGAs, they can't afford Tecova boots or those kind of stuff. So I don't know why they rail against all these, companies, because half the stuff when they're boycotting North Face or whatever, they don't wear North Face. So it's like,
they don't even know where to find North Face. I mean, like,
exactly.
Here's the thing. There's no trailer park. So for people that don't live in the greater Charlotte area, South End is a very posh, high-end high-rise that's just been put in the last 10 years. Very super gentrified. And so they're selling to people that are young, progressive people, and the last thing, there's no MAGAs go to the South End because they can't even pay, they can't afford the parking, like they can't afford
exactly. I can hardly afford the parking.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have to take a second loan out on their trailer and clock their dentures or something. I mean, like they literally, that post is exactly right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, these fools boycott stuff they can't even afford. They can't afford to even shop at Target. They usually shop, at Walmart or the flea market. Whatever. I mean, like they got their cousin has a flea market. But
we're sounding like elitists.
We are elitists, because we have an IQ above 70.
Exactly. Hey, on that note, let's take our first break. We'll be right back in Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire that used to be the state of Florida. And we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching our spring shows and sticking with us. And we've got a fabulous summer lineup. I hope y'all are excited as I am. And let's enjoy our summers. Hot Girl Summer 2024. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Hey, y'all. Thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And one of our big things is that if you missed any of our other shows, we are on Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple for the most part. And a bunch of other audio podcast platforms. So if you've missed us, come back. The water's fine. Dip on in. It's 85 degrees here in my imagination. But anyway, we have 332 episodes in the tank. You can pull up any of them. And most of all, we have fresh ones dropping most weeks. And we got 3 more shows coming. Be excited. But as always, thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And look forward to the 2025 season. Thanks, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching and support local black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo Bakery. That has some fabulous pastries, food, king cakes, all kinds of specialty cakes, swallows, and much, much more. Some of the best food you eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo's Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching. As always, thank you all for listening, but most of all, it's Black History Month. It's February. And I really implore you to support the nonprofits and local businesses owned by Black entrepreneurs. Backbone of our economy, small business in America, especially local businesses you should support, but especially this month, go seek out Black entrepreneurs, small business people, Black professionals, that sort of thing, and just, make an extra effort. Instead of clicking on Amazon, just go by that local shop, check out their websites, and really be involved with your neighbors. If we don't take care of our neighbors can't take care of us. So, important reminder, love you all, and celebrate Black History Month with us here. Hey, let's celebrate Black History Month in February together. We're stronger together. Bye, y'all.
Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Hey, y'all, you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and your favorite audio podcast platforms. You can catch your special editions of Coffee and Pan Dulce, as always. And we appreciate y'all listening. And we're going to do more episodes. We're going to do some zany things in 2025. And most of all, we're going to have lots of fun, as always. Thanks for listening. And look for the new shows. Appreciate it.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the Coffee and Pan Dulce Show. This is me, Yorense, a new host here at the Cannis Media Shows. I will be doing the new show, Espera Que, here at every Thursdays at 7 p.m. on your favorite podcast platforms, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you like to listen to. So, hope to see you on my show, and hope you have a wonderful day.
Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, as Jenny said, everything she said. I agree. All right. So, how to join the MAGA resistance. Don't feel helpless. I know sometimes it does feel helpless. Jenny and I are very engaged in a lot of things. And there are times where I read these, these news releases and stuff. And we knew it was going to be a challenging 2025. We knew it after this election. But it's just, she had a really great analogy. It's very similar to the Nazi blitzkrieg. Is that right, Jen? I mean, it's just like every day. Every day.
It's just like when you get in a street fight, you always want to throw your hardest punch in the first one because you want them to think about why they shouldn't fight you. Is that you want to throw that haymaker and just knock them the F out. And this is more about optics rather than actual, because executive orders are kind of like a fart in a skillet. Like it's
they're wish lists.
It's wish in one hand and we'll crap in the other and see which one gets filled up first. But as far as the resistance is concerned, I wish that energy would have happened last year.
Sure.
When you're talking about a resistance, if you resist before you're at this stage 2 of fascist takeovers, it works a lot better that way. If you just shut it down from the beginning, because Germans since 1945 don't allow fascism to even rear its ugly head. Berlin and most of Germany is very, very progressive. And anytime somebody even resembles or sounds like any form of a Nazi, it is shut the F down from the moment. And for some reason, our culture, including weak-willed Democrats, so for there to be a resistance, there'd have to be a spot in the Democratic Party. And so it stops and starts with Democrats taking a long look at themselves in 2025 and making a decision. Do you fight or do you cower? And these little marches and these performative things, I'm not going to attend. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not going to publicly support Democrats until Democrats get their collective heads out of their asses. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you really want to resist, aim for the midterms. Vote out primary all flipping incumbents in the Democrat Party. We need new leadership, with the exception of Jasmine Crockett. We'll keep her. She's a keeper. AOC, gots to go. Well, Bernie half-dead Sanders has to go. The dude hasn't woke up from his nap in the last 20 years. He's about as effective as a rubber crutch.
Sure. So what would and I know we I have a little bit of an advantage. We tape Jenny's show before we do this one, so I have an idea of what you're going to see on her show. But I'm going to act like I didn't see that show. But what would resistance be in your mind, Jenny? Currently, with what would that look like? If what are you looking for?
Hot shots at your leader without a price to be paid. When they went after Biden last year, for example, and he's too old or he's Genocide Joe or whatever, fight back. Dear God, defend the man that came out of retirement to save this fucking country. Don't have amnesia about 2020. Don't have amnesia about January fucking 6th. Don't act like that shit didn't happen. Don't act like dumbfuck Donnie Dumpster didn't just sit by and let the China flu ravage our country before we actually did something. Don't act like this guy has anything remotely other than a fealty to fucking billionaires like he did in the first term. And now he's literally got a billionaire running the country while he goes and plays golf. We were watching Nero fiddle while Rome burns and going, let's do some resistance. Let's go protest at the park. Now, fuck that shit.
Sure.
Organize. Fight back. Don't let them, when they come for you, put 2 of them in the morgue. That's what you do. That's real resistance. Come for them. Come for them and take them down while we still can. Mark my words, mark the tape. I said it on February 12th that we have to come for them in every way you can think of. That's resistance, not protest. Park. Go throw frisbee park with your dog.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard. Well, there are, Jenny has some suggestions for how to resist. There are groups that are forming as we speak, and I know that they were trying to be as proactive as they can. I mean, as much as they can. From an immigration standpoint, I know that on February 5th there was, and it didn't get a lot of attention until I saw a couple of things. That there was a student walkout in high schools around the country. They were walking out to protect their classmates who may be harassed by ICE. They were trying to get school boards to issue statements saying that ICE is not allowed in their school district and so forth. And I think CMS issued here in Charlotte, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg School District, they issued, I think in Fort Worth, Texas, they also issued one, which is like ground zero for, I don't know if you watch some of the shows that we do, but Urense has a show called Espera Que. There's actually a school teacher in Fort Worth, Texas, a substitute school teacher that was trying to get ICE to raid the school that she's teaching at. My mother happens to live in that neighborhood. That school, that high school, Northside High School, is about 99.9% Hispanic. And the teacher was outraged because she saw a couple of students who did not speak English and said they don't deserve to be here. And the school had to come and, anyway, there's a lot of chicanery. To steal Jenny's word, there's a lot of chicanery, and what's the other word? Fuckery and chicanery going on. So that was kind of a march out.
But here's the problem. Where was this energy last year? Where was this energy in the midterms? Why didn't we back our leaders then? And it's too little, too late. We need to be prepping for midterms. Period. These walkouts, great. It's great optics. It's great to pat yourself on the back and say, "Oh, I did some," but they're still going to round them up and they're still going to get deported.
Okay.
We're at that stage of fascism. Mm-hmm. That's not going to stop. If they don't get them at the schools, they'll get them off campus.
Okay.
We made that choice last year. We made that choice in 2022. We failed America. So and still progressives and people that want to see a better country lock down and stop enabling this culture. You can have all the protests you want. You can have all the protests you want. We had, how many marches, women's marches did we have during the Trump era? And where did that energy go after Biden got elected? It went away.
Sure.
We thought we were done.
But what, and I'm just asking because I completely agree with you, but I don't know what form that resistance could look like other than what, I mean, because...
campaigning now. Start campaigning now for the midterm.
Oh, I see what you mean.
The narrative.
Okay.
Start actually talking about winning. Shoot for the House and the Senate because that's the only thing up for grabs nationally. Get all of our incumbents out. Reboot the party. Go full scorched earth. Any party leader of any state, in a Democrats deal, if they're above 40, you send them home. You have nothing but millennials and Gen Z running the party. And y'all, we got to get creative. We got to come at them. We've got to come. We've got to show they're not about freedom. You got like when you're trying to take down a company that's about freedom, like TikTok is, and you're talking about having an open, First Amendment company, and they tried to make it go dark, which is the Republican Party. They led that charge last year. And then and then Trump dumpsters supposedly saved it. He didn't save the deal. He's like, Marty took the company now.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. If you don't start the campaigning now, because they are, here's the most important point. They campaign and run their narratives 24/7. It doesn't matter what year it is. They've done this way before MAGA. They did this with the Tea Party. They did this with the Contract with America with Newt Gingrich. Reagan's, Washington, D.C., the shining city on the hill, the whole narratives, the whole flag waving bullshit and calling bigotry patriotism. Call it out. Fight, win. Fight, win. That's it. Okay. And until we're supporting our Democrat candidates, until we fight the right way, this is all for naught. It's just an exercise in futility.
Okay. Hey, listen, if you like what you hear from Jenny, she does have a show that comes on every Wednesday at 11:30. It's called Two Queers in a Truck. We taped it this morning. It's a good show. I want you to listen to it on all your favorite podcasts, including Apple. Those who are Apple people, Apple Podcast, you can listen and watch her show. So we'll be right back on Coffee and Dulce right after this.
Hey, thanks for listening to us, as always, on Coffee and Pan Dulce. And just to let you know, we're on all the audio podcast platforms. So working out or whatever, you can just listen to us. Or if you want to see our bright, shiny faces, we're on YouTube and Facebook. You can even be fans and you can comment on our shows on the Facebook platform and drown out people who don't actually listen to the show but like to play us. But anyway, we appreciate y'all and very much, and keep on listening so that Christian and I are just not sitting here talking to ourselves. Have a great year.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the Coffee and Pan Dulce Show. This is I, your Urense, one of the new hosts here at Cannis Media, doing a new show, Espera Que. We're here, I am talking all the great issues that are happening in our great country here in the USA of 2025. I'm mostly going to be working and talking about Latino men issues, but I hope anyone can come by and hear me rant about how annoying our government is. We will be here every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Hope to hear from y'all soon, and see you at my show.
Hey y'all, thanks as always for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And guess what? As part of our Cannis Media family of shows, we have a sister show that's been running alongside the Coffee Show for 6 years, 6 seasons. And it's Two Queers in a Truck. And in fact, we've been on air, as it says right behind Christian, as we record this, in case you're watching the video version of this. It's exciting. It's a little different. It comes more from obviously the queer perspective because it's Two Queers in a Truck. And we invite you to listen to it. You don't have to be queer to listen. And I promise it most likely will not give you scabies. I can't 100% verify that, but it's just a medical rumor started by me, actually. But anyway, come out and check us out on our sister show, Two Queers in a Truck, and all the exciting 2025 news shows on the Cannis Media family. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Well, welcome back. Don't forget to join Jenny's show and actually all of the new shows. Tony Foreman's show that comes on every Wednesday at 10 o'clock as well. And Urense's Espera Que. You think Jenny is passionate about what she says? Listen to Urense. It is.
He's pretty fiery. And even though he did lay up a little bit when we were talking about the what was the girl they spit on that thing. You remember?
He got right.
The hot Tui girl. When we were talking about that back in the summer, he got a little. That's right. And I went there and had a little shock value on it. But no, I love Urense. Urense is a bright shining star in the progressive politics in the Greater Charlotte area. And I wish his show all the best. It's worth a listen if you have time. And it's one of our great new shows for 2025.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Good plug, Jen. And so, all right.
Almost like a commercial.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk real quick about this Gaza thing, because that's actually really big news for several reasons. First, he said he was never going to get us into a war again, which would automatically be a war if the fact that we're even suggesting that. Imagine the terrorist activity that has been going on around the world just to protect that area. Now it has put us, just by saying something stupid like that, it has put us in, we have to be careful. Does he think that the very powerful and strong Arab nations, from Saudi Arabia to Qatar, we're using as allies are going to allow the United States to just clear out Palestinians who have been in that land for hundreds of years, and so, I'm curious, this is a big announcement. What are your thoughts?
They're going to look the other way.
Okay.
Hmm.
You think interesting.
Jared Kushner's on the Saudi Arabia's royal family's payroll. They paid him $2 billion 4 years ago. What do you think?
But tariffs aren't going to look the other way.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah. So
the reality is the terrorists are not going to make a dent in our power. So we have the most powerful military in the world. There's nobody even close. And also Dumpster and Musk don't care. The kind of money that they're going to make off Gaza and Palestine is going to be surreal. We're talking trillions of dollars just in the natural resources there. Just like that's why we invaded Afghanistan. It's a resource-rich country. So we were in there for 20 years mining as fast as we could. It was an extraction invasion. It had nothing to do with 9/11 whatsoever. So let's be real. They're going to go in on one side. It's going to look like a bunch of sleazy golf motels and casinos and shopping malls and all that. They're going to turn it into another, Qatar, or another, all the other, the Middle Eastern superpowers will comply.
But there's and full disclosure, I'm not a international Middle Eastern expert. I don't know the dynamics that are going on, but I do know that the people who are experts in this area, so forth, it's a very, very volatile area. You have Egypt, you have Turkey.
Won't be for them. When they go in, I'm just going to tell you, they're going to lock down that region like it's never been locked down before, and we are. If we go in there, we're going to go in there like a hammer, and we will literally it'll be like a vacuum that will suck the life out of that area. They will relocate all the Palestinians that resist. They will send them south to Egypt. You will see a trail of tears. There won't be a choice in the matter because we can lock down shipping lanes with our fleet. We have air superiority. And Saudi
sound
Arabia.
Like you're in favor of it.
Well, no, I'm not in favor of it. It's going to be
okay.
If we want to do it, what's going to happen? And here's the thing: Saudi Arabia does not like Yemen. They don't care. They don't like Iran. Iran that's supportive of Palestine is also allies with Russia. And one way that we can get more oil and gas is taking over the Palestinian oil and gas reserves and then ship that gas into a pipeline to Europe. And that's what's going to happen. And just mark my words. Just like I said, it's going to be Republicans that are going to turn on Trump in 2019, and I got laughed at. I'm telling you right now, they're going to go in there. If they said that, it's because it's already been planned. And it is a huge money play. And I said this last year. Republicans and Trump and Jared Kushner are no friends of Palestine. And this Genocide Joe bullshit, it not only was tacitly not true, because you just don't know anything about fucking politics in the Middle East if you say that, but also, too, I can tell you, Republicans have never stood up for Palestine. They've never stood up for the Arab world. They're a means to the end. And it's all over but the crying.
Well, I think it's, I think of all of the things that has happened in the shock over the last just a little over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, that's it. I mean, imagine all the stuff that he is doing. This is probably, I think, the most dangerous and eventful thing, because this impacts international, to think that it's equivalent to Russia taking over Ukraine to me. The United States doesn't own Palestine. So for us to think that we can just go in, well, and that's scary. I mean, that is actually, so anywho, we're going to jump into the pendejo of the week.
And this is the Pendejo Chronicles.
All right, here we go. The pendejo of the week is Elon Musk. No surprise. Elon Musk and his young bros have taken over the Treasury Department's computer system that actually pays everything from Social Security to they have taken over the computer system, and this is crazy as heck. The guys that he has brought on board are young. I guess IT guys. I don't. There's 6 to 8 of them, I think, and they're being outed, so to speak, because they didn't want to give their names. So imagine these 19 to 25-year-old guys, bros, going to these seasoned veteran people that work in our U.S. government and getting information from them. Didn't want to give them their last names and so forth. So this is the reason, to me, this is the pendejo of it. There has been a audio that was leaked as we speak the night before that we record this, that was leaked, that one of the persons told one of these bros, what you're doing is not legal. And the guy told him, go ahead and do it until you have roadblocks and we'll address it at the time. They are openly on video or audio. They're being recorded. They're being a lot of whistleblowers are bringing them out. They're doing things that are not legal.
Just following orders.
So the reason this is so stupid, I know we talked about this a while back when Trump said anybody who works for me needs to get legal insurance because you're going to be sued down the road. When the House flips in the midterms, which I believe it will, and we really need this to happen, these guys are going to be in front of hearings and prosecutors and so forth. And all this is going to take, and I'm surprised it hasn't right now, the fact that they have access to all of this data, that is in violation of a lot of people's privacy. They have mine, yours, my in-laws, my parents' Social Security numbers now. They have all of this. These guys are 19 to 26 years old. It is naive for us to not think that something is going to happen. What can happen?
No, but the naivety happened last year.
Okay.
The naivety was going, dumpster is the better alternative.
Sure.
I got to call bullshit where I hear bullshit. Mm-hmm. Why protest now? This is what everybody wanted. 20 million Democrats stayed home because they're misogynists and racist. We had a choice last year. We chose wrong. And now history is going to judge us. This is what America deserves. This is what we need to go through to learn our lesson or cease to be a democracy. And we've got to learn from this. We can't act shocked. They predicted all this. Project 2025. Oh, y'all are being dramatic and, Genocide Joe and she's not qualified again. And it's the emails and all this stuff. And the world's biggest violin played in the background as we watched a movement tear down an overqualified candidate for a dictator. This is what dictators do. They lock everything down. They seize control of all facets of government. They go after their enemies. This is exactly what he promised. He's serving up exactly what America deserves. And if you are shocked by it, you didn't read the room. You are the fool, not. You shouldn't be the naivety of last year. And when we shook our head, and I said this over and over again, y'all make better choices, make better narratives. And the weak-ass Democrat leadership of not defending Joe, not defending Harris, this is the prize. Here's the prize. Every American deserves this. This is the government they wanted, because Harris wasn't qualified.
Well,
welcome.
All right.
Welcome to 2025.
Well, but you can still fight back. We can't sit idle. You can donate to you can donate to ACLU. You can donate to organizations that are going to take him to court, slow things down. until we get to the midterms.
But will we? And this is the question. And the reason I'm challenging this is we've passed many wake up calls in recent history. I'm wondering what wake up call is going to flip the switch.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to have our Pearl Harbor moment? When are we going to have that dare to be great moment? Because I haven't seen it from the progressive side of the ledger. Is we grinded, gnashed our teeth on what happened in the Palestine, only to see this reality now. Oh, Elon Musk is helping the environment and helping this world. No, he's helping himself to the coffers of the United States. And this has been going on for a while. This is nothing new, but now they're officially doing it out in the open, and they're doing it full scale, full frontal fascism.
Mm-hmm.
And until we say this is absolutely, and I do agree with you, we should be suing them every way. We should have been doing it the whole time. And it may be too little too late, but you need to do two things. You need to organize and campaign for 2026 right now. And you need to be taking them to court on everything. And I mean, just be as sue happy as you can, just like a Gatling gun. Every state, you fight it that way. Walkouts, protests, that ain't going to cut it. Mm-hmm. You fundraise and you fight. You fundraise and you fight. Mm-hmm. And you use our system against them the way they use the system against us. Period. End of story. Take it to the house, Jasmine Crockett.
Good point. Good point. Hey, listen, that's the end of our show. We've gone over. I appreciate you staying with us. We went over, and we do value your time. We want to thank those who joined us. We just want to remind you that the next show, which would be the third show of February for us, the title of the show is Texas Just North Mexico? So we will talk about whether Texas really is just Mexico, but they won't admit it. All right. So, Jenny, any last words? The weekend this drops is Valentine's weekend, as you mentioned. The Day of Love. Any big plans that you got going on you want to share with everybody?
Commercial love. Anyway, with the Queen City and Night Flyer Coffee, we are bringing out a new brand on the horizon, and it is a protective brand. And remind the viewers of the name of your brand.
Laura. Oh, it's called For the Birds. And it's bird-friendly coffee, environmentally friendly coffee, shade-grown, friendly to farmers, friendly to the earth, which is the opposite of what most businesses and brands are doing right now.
And we will be carrying this at QCG, and you can buy it online or locally if you do live in the greater Charlotte area or care to come by. But we also have a Shopify store, and you can find it really easy through our websites. It isn't on the market yet, but look for it soon.
What's the name of it? You said birds. What was it?
For the Birds.
For the Birds. Oh, I get it. Okay, For the Birds. Hey, I just want to let you know that I do have some Queen City coffee here. So it smells so good.
Coffee does
I love the smell of coffee. All right. We want to thank everyone for joining us. We'll see you next week in Coffee and Pan Dulce. We'll dance out. Bye, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And happy February. Happy Valentine's Day, which is in a couple of days if you're seeing this commercial. We definitely want to keep it rolling in 2025. And we appreciate y'all as always. Otherwise, Christian and I just be talking to ourselves. So thanks for listening and watching as always. We'll see you next week. Bye, Boo.
Bye, Boo.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce show every week. Don't forget, you can watch us visually on our video podcast platforms on Facebook and YouTube. But you can also listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the other ones that your favorite, whatever your favorite is. Once again, thank you for watching us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. We'll dance out.
Next up, thanks for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce. Next up is Two Queers in a Truck. Stay tuned.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Sounds great.
You sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying to. All I have to say is go. Yes.
As a non-Spanish speaker.
All right, good job, Jen. When we come back, we're just going to talk about 5 minutes about if y'all know of any like resistance, like there was on February 5th, which was today here. It was the walkout at schools to protect immigrants and things like that. And so we'll just kind of talk about that. All right, here we go. Okay, Jen, when we come back, we only have about 6 minutes left. We'll do the Pendejo Chronicles. But before we do that, let's talk about the Gaza thing real quickly again for like 3 minutes, okay? Because that's a big, like, there's so many things going on. Like every day there's 2 or 3 things that shock you, like Elon Musk taking over the payments and all that kind of stuff. All of the guys that Elon Musk, we'll talk about that. Here we go.
Yeah.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.